guess I'll sit around and medicate. I am so freaking bored, nothing to do today. I guess I'll sit around and medicate.
Guys, what's happening? Today we're gonna look at maple syrup pancakes beer from Hellboy. And this one is 6.66% by volume. Bottle cap looks something like that. Gigantic Brewing Company, Hellboy. They're out of Portland, Oregon. And even though most people from Portland, Oregon are whack jobs, they have some pretty good beer. And I'm trying to dig into the arsenal of openers that have been buried at the bottom of the container. And tried to not let that happen. And the one that I got from the Real Cobra Burnout is definitely one of the coolest. And if you get to the point where you actually want to practice with a knife like that, you can do it without cutting your fingers off. I don't think I've ever had anything from Gigantic Brewing. Let alone, this one was solely, I can't remember, I think this one was from David Brown, I believe. Holy shit. It smells like maple syrup pancakes. Cheers. Okay, it smells like maple syrup pancakes, but it's really kind of dry and doesn't have much sweetness to it. I mean, you smell this and you'd be like going, "Oh, this is going to be like syrup." Nope. Maybe it'll grow on me. Let's get into those comments. Well, actually, quickly. I got 2 packages when I got home today. I know, once again, it's a little on the later side. Somebody sent me a second bottle of Satan sauce, which it comes with a Reaper. Well, this is definitely a lot different than the ones from Mark. I mean, it's got some warmth, but I touched only the stem of the one from Mark the other night, and then 5 hand washings, and 6 hours later I went like this and rubbed under my eye. Okay, so this one comes, this is the second Reaper pepper and Satan sauce. It's whoever is sending these, if nothing else, I'm gonna have to maybe do a search and find out where I can get some more of these, because the first bottle is right there. I mean, I love this on the pork rinds. I love it on steak in the place of steak sauce. This is that level of where flavor and heat intercept. Besides that, thanks to them themselves, with the Reaper, you could cut it up and even add some more fresh, which there's no directions or anything on here, and I know nothing about this sauce. Very well could be. It allows you to either eat that or pick this up even more. So thank you whoever has sent those. And then I got a package in from Mr. and Mrs. Nyhap. Mrs. Nyhap sent some non-soy fiber bars for Christine. Ooh, chewy apple cinnamon. So she said, say thank you. and she's definitely going to be giving them a try tomorrow. And then NIHAP completely hooked me up with a bunch of supplies. For my CPAP machine. Complete mask. Looks like replacements for this setup. Not sure about that one. Another one for this one. Another complete setup. So a whole bunch of filters for my my particular machine. And another one of the heated hoses for my machine. Thank you so much. I've been playing around with the settings for it because I did not do a sleep study. But I have to say that mine is the Philips Dream Station, and for the most part, you just put it in automatic, and it analyzes how you are sleeping or not sleeping when you're having the apnea, and the machine adapts to you. Now there's a level. I mean, when you can go on the internet and find out how to get into the provider's settings on it so that you can alter what the machine does. I mean, it's not like you have to punch in a secret code and stand aiming east and lick one finger and wait for a lightning strike. You just press and hold a couple of buttons down on it at the same time, and it gives you access to the programming basically in it. The one thing that I did different, because I watched a whole bunch of videos in a series from this one guy. He's got like a 3 or 4 part series on just that machine, and it was awesome. And one of the things that I've been experiencing is it seems like when I start to breathe out, the machine brings on too much force, and it actually causes the mask to like puff out and then snap back against me. No matter how over dramatic I just made that sound, when you're asleep or trying to get to sleep and that thing is like going, well, I found that the setting is actually Flex C. By putting it in Flex C mode, it controls the amount that will happen when you exhale. And since I put it in that mode, it hasn't, that whole mask thing hasn't happened at all. So, and yes, NIHAP was very, very energized on sleep, the sleep CPAP machines and sleep apnea, and I have to say that it's honestly a game changer. There's probably a whole bunch of you out there, John Solar for instance, but he says that he couldn't possibly sleep with something on your face, and I feel the same way. And oh, by the way, NIHAP, that Flex C, that also took away all of the initial feelings of like suffocation, because the machine is not forcing air upon you, and a couple of other settings that I was able to change on how much air it delivers initially to find that comfort zone for you. So it's, you know, you may be wearing the mask on your face, but that's about the, if you get your machines set up properly, most of you probably go have a sleep study done, and your provider will do that for you. Other than wearing the mask, you wouldn't recognize that anything weird is happening. The machine is subtly altering all of its settings to make sure that it's as though you are breathing without a mask on, if you have it set up. And mine is now to the point where I feel that everything is balancing out very nicely. So you wake up more refreshed, And it's honestly, it's a huge game changer. You are talking about, you know, this, you could be shortening your own lifespan by not listening to the telltale signs that you have sleep apnea. So, especially, most of the time, the person that's going to rat you out is going to be your significant other. Listen to them, because as much as I wanted to say, the first time a NIHAP said to me, "Bro, you need a fucking CPAP machine." I fell asleep in his presence once, and that was all she wrote. And I'm so grateful now that I have it, because if I'm wearing, especially the last bunch of nights, since finding a few more settings, or at least finding advice and finding those settings and getting the numbers dialed in right for it, I go to sleep, and then I wake up when my alarm goes off. You know, and of course, you know, me and Christine have completely different setups, because good God, she literally can be going like this. Yeah, so, you know, so today at work, Brenda came into my office and, seriously? Yeah, she's like lights out like that. So her machine needs to respond faster. For me, I have a ramp up time that's about 15 minutes longer than hers. She needs a ramp time of about 37 seconds. Aunt Keck, you were first. Ben N was second. Aunt Keck, guys. J-Dog saying fourth, but J-Dog, you were third. Aunt Keck, there's a lot of keyboard tough guys lately. Yeah, there are, but that's all they are. Foomaster Chew 12, top 5, meow, woof. And Keck, holy sexy curvy thickness, intro beer brew babe. And then Mr. 27 says, yes, very nice. And Keck, love the Trump currency. Still not tired of winning. So, I listen, you know, I listen to a few, of course, political heads. They're, you know, for instance, if any of you listen to Hugh Hewitt, he is, I definitely feel that Hugh Hewitt walks more in the center. He's not as much of a centrist as, say, Michael Savage, Dr. Savage. Michael Savage, Dr. Savage is personally my favorite. But Hugh Hewitt, he definitely, you know, he's not going to give, just because he's a conservative, he's not going to give a conservative the immediate pass because you have an R next to your name. And he had a couple of people on this morning, and one of them was like, you know, here's the funny thing. The media is out there with their microphones, and of course they are finding people who are basically the Democrat Party. And they're saying, oh my God, this looks really bad for Trump. Well, no shit, you're part of the problem. You are the problem. And then he had one guy whose specialty basically was, you know, presidential law and Constitution and blah, 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 the other thing. And he just goes, you know, this is really just more of the smoke and mirrors. All they're going to try to do is just, once again, draw it out to try to make Trump look like a bad person because they have no game. Boy, I tell you, this smells, I wouldn't say it smells completely different than it tastes. It just tastes half as good as it smells. Stalker Steve, 5th. Smile Money, top 10 or so. Yes, you are. And Keck. Whoa, through, you were serious about getting rid of the... Oh, you thought I was serious about getting rid of the cowbell? Well, yeah. I personally could... Sorry, Tardisius, Jolson, asshole. I personally could, you know, I'd keep the cowbell around because Tardisius gave the original one to me, and that is more sentimental reason than anything. but to continuously beating the cowbell, especially since the brew reviews pretty much always go live somewhere between 8 and 1 o'clock in the morning, and people, a lot of you guys, I guess why you're up, I have no idea, are listening on headphones, and 1 minute you're listening to this, and then BAM! You're listening to that goddamn cowbell. David Brown, 12th perhaps. And Keck, now that's a battle rifle. J-Dog, at work. J-Dog. Matt Davis, drunk again, laugh out loud. Wait, I'm the one that's drunk. Or are you? Laugh out loud. By that point in the video, it was probably you, but I was doing okay on my own. Smile money. Now, I am a fat man, and I do not even come close to a half a ton. But 2 tons would be 4,000 pounds. That measurement is like Sheila Jackson Lee saying an AR weighs as much as 10 full moving boxes. Maybe it might be my weight on Jupiter. We'll need to do some research. No. On Jupiter, I would only weigh twice my weight on Earth. So I give his comment 4 Pinocchios. Sorry, people exist and just want to be hurtful. Oh, and I guess the comment didn't get held for breaking community guidelines. No, but I reported it, and of course, you know, the bottom line is, I don't care, because it just shows the mental capacity. That's all. Matt Davis, that pepper kind of looks like a rosebud, so I'm thinking it's me that's drunk. Cheers. Eltenda, guys, Eltenda, that fail that was in your video last night, that is one sweet looking rifle. Yeah, Keck. Hey, where's Joey? Question mark. I haven't checked up on my comments. I mean, I literally got home a few minutes ago and I thought I'd come hang out with you guys. And so I gotta check the TAC Pack comments. I don't know if you can tell, but I did the TAC Pack after I hung out with you guys. Oh, excuse me. Christine had her dinner date, and to be totally honest, I usually always get fucked on my alone time on that. This has actually happened to me. Hey, I'm gonna go hang out with the girls now. You enjoy yourself. Okay, I'm gonna go take a shower, and I'm gonna come downstairs and do the brew review. I turn the camera on, and I hear her walk through the door. That did not happen last night, so I took advantage of it. And I know I could have had a little me time over at my buddy Greg recommended live cams. I don't know what he's talking about, but I didn't have any of that. I did a brew review. And I know, David Brown, you're going to be like disappointed because I didn't come home from the range and immediately start cleaning guns. I didn't run any corrosive ammo through the Mosin or the Dragunov. I mean, I fed it just my brother's reloads because they are the ones that have been pinpoint accurate. Oh, and Smile Money, an update. Now I'm starting to wonder how it was even possible. I mean, I'm going to have to get out and test things, but I have found that using the laser bore sighters, I mean, you know, the ones that look like a bullet, and I have one that's 7.62 by 54R, and I put that in both the Dragunov, and now, here's a case in point. The Dragunov, we had it down to being on paper by hand, and I put the laser in there, and I noticed that I was just a little bit right, and I was a little bit high, so I had to come down a little bit. Now, when I put the laser in the Mosin, I shouldn't have been able to hit the target at 100 yards, let alone the 2 or the 300. Now I know the 300, I was hitting that with the JP, but then again, out that far with the JP, it's, well, actually, I guess that's not quite, but getting close to half the distance of what everybody was shooting it at the shoot that year. But I'm trying to think. I think the when we were hitting the 550, that was not the U.S. optics, so everything has been moved around. So, yeah, everything's fucked up. But, yeah, when I put the laser sighter in and aimed at a house 2 blocks away, one at about 100 yards and one that was a little bit over 2 blocks away, I wasn't even in the ballpark. So I just need to get out and see now. David, if we go back up to that range and we have a repeat of when we were up there, once we had the range to ourselves, then I don't feel bad about sitting there and wasting people's time. But I believe right now that both of them are more than close enough. From this point on, it's lock them down in a vise, in the shooting vise, and get that last little bit out of it. And Keck, grappa. No. And Keck, eat the lime, snort the salt, and then down the mezcal. I have that all wrong. David Brown, to witness the father and son shooting together was pure poetry. The trust, the respect, the love that would be obvious to most casual observers. It restored my faith in our future as people. Hey, I'll give that the 3rd thumbs up, and of course, love that comment. Yes, it was, and here is a dad and a son, and there was no over aggressiveness or anything. He was dad, and the son understood that, and it was nice. I mean, I could tell that he was a good father, and he was obviously in the middle of raising a great son. I mean, sometimes you meet people and they just treat everyone like shit, but they definitely don't do as well with their kids. And he I see that's got to be a pretty tight family. That's all I got to say about that. Real cold burnout sounds like a good time at the range. You got me wanting to dig some old rifles out and send some lead down range. Oh, the JP wasn't old, but I wasn't going to possibly go into another winter season where I didn't get the opportunity to at least shoot it and enjoy it. Coffee, bad idea. JP, awesome idea. Stephen Hobson led the prairie glass makes everything taste better. Yes, it does, which is, I've got the Castle Danger version of it, but Mr. 27 at 23rd. I really like those boobs. I mean beers. No, I think you had it right the first time. Mr. 27, yep, TMH is a child. Yeah, well, Mr. 27, don't make me change your name to Mr. Obvious. Hobson lead, water. Yeah, well, I appreciate that. Gunwild 1, I'm slipping, bitches, top 30. JR10 Desert Gold. As some of you know, I am very familiar with this kind of hatred. For almost 8 years, I have been trolled about my tremors. I can tell by watching just a couple of videos that he is nothing more than a self-indulgent, imperialist, arrogant sperm spot. I truly hope Christine never sees or hears about that post. Sorry, brother. Thank you, JR10. Yeah, she has thicker skin and is definitely a lot more mature than the group of women that they are. But yes, there was it is tough though, isn't it, JR10? There was a time that I know, me and you were talking about this, and some people just want to give up. And personally, not a chance in hell. And I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I told you, because in the case of people that are good people and have friends, I mean that's another thing. Obviously, there's a huge level of jealousy. But JR10, as you know, you are part of my family, and I would never want to see anybody that I know allow just the bottom feeders to gain any power at all, because they have none. They have absolutely none. Stephen, I have modified a modified choke on my wife. My single shot sure can blast a hot load. Okay. My hollow point. Everyone in the Army knows Jody is a prick. I appreciate that, Chuck. I have never been in the Army, but knowing how the Army is, I fully understand what you are saying. Wade, that plate carrier still smell like it starred in a Cheech and Chong movie? Asking for a friend. Wade, Blade Forum channel needs to take his meds and then fuck off. Salty Shellback, I used to have a life until I started binge watching brew reviews. Sorry about that. Gillian, Mike, love pecan pie. The beer sounds good too. Hey, do you like maple syrup pancakes? Stalker Steve, holy crap. Is this Chuck's kid? That would never even be the case. Jolson, this video needs more cowbell. Crazy Scotsman, I am the Scotsman. I do not get overruled with that. With that said, whiskey. Clyde, 40th, Crazy Scotsman, hashtag be like Ed. Whiskey. The Distiller's Edition. Nothing says whiskey like a bird cage. Scotsman? In the compound with Clyde. Fucking troll got a bunch of knife vids and he don't review them. He just says, you wish you could afford this. Ha ha ha. Ms. B could buy and sell his ass videos alone. He must be a stalker. What a douche nozzle. Better not run into me. I'll pincushion his ass. Rant over. Mic drop. Yeah, that's basically what I Clyde's got a lot more guttural, straight to the point version. The fact is Christine has friends, which he doesn't. So all you're left with is your bean bag and your puffy puffs. Smile money. So wait, there are parts inside the rifle. I usually just squeeze the trigger for it to go boom. No, you don't need to know about those parts. In the compound with Clyde with a link to a vidya. Clyde is showing me the a video on the see Clyde, I've actually this was one that I was saying the problem is see this Dragunov. No, this Dragunov has the trigger assembly is kind of the early version of a drop-in cartridge, and mine is nothing like that. Mine is the basic breakdown is identical to the disassembly is identical to an AK-47, but the parts inside it are subtly different. Like the trigger, it would be the hammer, or should I say the sear, and what is it? The ejector. Then there's a little spacer that has to go in there. It's yeah, I actually saw the video that you sent, and mine doesn't come out as a one-piece deal. Yet it is different than an AK-47. If you watch an AK-47 being disassembled, the shit that's in mine is yet different. Smile money. What was the downside of paper targets? Two different realities. One that says hitting the steel the size of a human, you can say it's a tack driver, but on paper the results are recorded and the groups are visible. Well, my plate in the where are they? In the target, my steel plate is, you know, the same dimensions as this. The only thing I'm going to admit to right now, Smile Money, is I don't think either one of the rifles are anywhere where they were when I would hand it to someone. I mean, I know Smile Money is going to go, "Hey, thank you, Captain Obvious." There's a little bit of a difference between shooting something, you know, what is that, 14 inches across? 14 to 16 inches across at 300 yards as opposed to 550 yards. But the one thing about the steel though is if you are shooting at a steel plate the same size as the paper target, you know every single time you squeeze the trigger that you actually hit the plate or not, as opposed to trying to, you know, even the U.S. optics with 25 power, it's still you still can't see the target good enough to know that you're hitting on it. That's why when I watched the one guy from Australia, Mark and Sam After Hours, and his longest shot to a I think it's a 2 foot by 2 foot steel plate is 5,700 and something yards. Even with the video sped up, it takes a considerable amount of time for his drone to fly from the target back to the shooting position. Smile Money. Fear of the unexpected activity is not a bad thing. I always hate those videos where you give a 12 gauge to a 90-pound girl to knock her on her ass. Me, I don't have the fear. I did lots of things that in hindsight were stupid, and I have the scars to prove it. And that's what makes us what we are today. And these millennials are a fucking joke because they haven't had the chance to experience it. I mean, when I'm at a friend's house and his kids want to basically sit on a skateboard on a driveway with a subtle grade to it, not an extreme grade, a subtle grade, and they come out of the house and they're basically covered from head to toe with, is the equivalent to, looks like they're wearing airbags. It's just like, let them fall down. You know, oh my God, they're gonna scuff their knee. There could possibly even be blood. But you're not, and it's proof right now, you're not setting them up to be good people in the future, or at least to be able to be in control of themselves and make good decisions, because they're coddled little fucking brats. Jolson, this video needs Jolson to shut the fuck up. Jolson, it's pronounced pecans. Okay. I like pecans. So eat me. Smile money. I do not think I ever said I had a problem with you trading or bartering with Shackley to do all the, or Sharky to do all the cooking. If I did, there may have been alcohol involved by you. Someone did. Someone said you invite them over. Maybe it wasn't. I apologize if it wasn't you. Someone says you invite them all the way over here and you're going to make them cook. Why am I just assuming that it was you, Smile Money? Sharky, intro and brew babes are hot. Just deleted and blocked indeed. You're the better man. Well, yeah, that's obvious. That's because I don't even, I mean, quite honestly, the last time I may have actually ever even hit the thumbs down button was probably that group of children. Other than that, most of the time, anytime I watch one of your guys' videos, I have hit the thumbs up button before you even started talking, because I have what's called class and integrity. Salty Shellback. Gonna raise the average watch time to an hour. Take that, YouTube metrics. Sharky, nah, don't stop drinking coffee before shooting. Just learn to shoot in between heartbeats while in a breathing pause. Oh wait, yeah. Stop drinking coffee before shooting. J-Dog, I hold you responsible for this shit. The Real Cobra Burnout just sent me a picture of Rebel Yell Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey poured in a shot, and he is saying whiskey. I know. But you know what? Smile Money, it's not radio. Of course, here's the downside. AT&T sucks so much ass. Here, just in case you're wondering, Cobra, I'm just, this is the equivalent to sending the newspaper with the current day's events on it. The thing is you're not going to get this picture until, who knows when you're going to actually get this picture. Because AT&T sucks ass. you could very well, you could be very well watching this video right now, and your phone's going to chime and make a sound, and it's going to be this picture. It is not bad scotch at all. If I had, because you also sent me the Johnny Walker, which I was actually, to be totally honest, I was actually kind of shocked at how good that was. I don't know why. I'm assuming that Johnny Walker can't possibly produce good scotch, but it was very, very good scotch. This is sort of reminding me of that, except for obviously there's a few months in between, so it could be completely different. Sharky, for a shooter with so much rounds under your belt, you can be such a noob. That's why I love you. Hashtag full homo. Hey, I wish I had the, if I had my coffers of ammo filled to capacity, I would probably get out there more. It's definitely cheaper to belong to David's range. It's also half the distance of our hunting shack, but I know if I go to the hunting shack, the most that could possibly be happening would be my brother-in-law would be there. I mean, if you go up during like different hunting seasons, bird season or whatever, when we, I don't give a shit. We still shoot during bird season, but deer season's different. I mean, you're not supposed to be up shooting. But yeah, I mean, now it's my money. If I went up there with my paper targets and I set the targets up at 100 yards and I brought the shooting vise, I would probably definitely want to go to the shack. But if I was with David Brown and we were cruising past his range, which I literally drive past to get to the shack, and it turned out that there was either one or two cars there or nobody there, well, hell yeah, I'd go there. The conditions are better. The range is well maintained, and it has 300 yards versus 100 yards. So ammo, I'm pretty sure it's the ammo that holds me back. But I love going up to dead on, but that's like 25 yards, so I'm not gonna. Other than seeing if it works, like I would have bought the M1 there, but I got a chance to actually shoot it outside. So, Sharky, DeWinnie has a whiskey bottle, or DeWinnie was the whiskey bottle you got. Tozer, nice Motorola radio on the chest rig. Motorola's the way to go. Sharky with the I almost said cook more button. There's some foreshadowing. The read more button. I'll happily cook for all that show up. Shooting shit will only be a bonus. The mise en place, yeah, pronounce that. Mise en place? It's French for prep for cooking. Starts around 2 p.m. with a medium heavy beer and continues till we eat somewhere between 5 and 8 p.m. depending on the cook. Unless it's a cook that needs more time, like Boston butt or beef or pulled beef or stuff, when we just start, then we just start hours early. No worries. I don't know, it's somewhere between awesome and very terrible when he sends me, like the chicken that you were doing. Oh my god. Salty shellback last. Oh, moose drool? Seriously? I don't even know. Yeah, okay, you definitely got last on if it was a moose drool. Jolson, that's because Matt was limp wristing the dragon off and not holding it like a man. Yeah, well. Jolson, your little Sammy Poo. I don't think I could call her that without getting smacked. But then again, I might like it. Laugh out loud. Oh, why getting smacked is? I want everyone to know, if you've made it to this point, I want everyone to know that yesterday at 6:30 in the morning, Travis, DJ Alkaline One, had his kidneys and his pancreas transplant surgery. It's what happens when something bad happens to somebody that's a donor. He got a call basically being told tomorrow morning is surgery. They probably would have called him and said now, but they had to get a few more people that were in place of the different organs that this individual, and I don't even know who it is, but I just wanted to let you guys know that he had the surgery and that everything has gone well. So he should be coming out of this as a non-diabetic. So kidneys and a pancreas, all in one long-ass surgery. So I just thought I'd let you guys know that knew that he was on a waiting list, and he was his kidney whatever the word is, it had degenerated to the point where he was actually doing dialysis. So he wasn't cutting it really close, but he was definitely getting into a point where he needed this. So I'll let you know when I hear more. Jolson, I wonder what Sam would charge me to install a lift on the Cummins. I don't know. If you want, I'd be happy to find out. She probably would want to know what kit you're using, because some of them are better than others for installation. Jolson, on top during 69 ladies. Jolson, Jay, what can you do to improve an OG? Jay Wolf, because I know you are a psychotic bastard or a loyalist. I'm not quite sure which one you are. I know Jay listens from end to end, because he's at work right now. I mean, by the time he hears this. Jay Wolf, Jolson wants to know what you can do to improve the Steyr OG. And I was talking to Jolson about this morning on my way to work. I mean, once I got there, because I wouldn't think about it. In Minnesota, it's like a $500 and something ticket that goes against your driving record and your insurance to text, so I wouldn't even think about it. But we were talking about that they are planning to discontinue the traditional Steyr OG, and they were going to a flat top. So Jolson was thinking about leveraging whatever he can to purchase one now before you cannot do it anymore. And that sucks, because that has been honestly one of my I can tell you what, that's a movie gun. When that showed up in Die Hard, I was like, what is that? Even though he's the bad guy, what is that gun? Because I want that gun. You know, bullpup configuration, magazine, and then to find out that if finances ever turn around, it'll probably be way too late for that. Jolson, leg gant, yank, can't pee noun, see at pecan. And I'm the one drinking. Salty Shellback. Wow, only 20 comments on this one. Slackers. Well, see, this was before there was like challenges and shit. Lake Erie Monster from 2013. It still has 163 views, so... And this is when I used to put the shit right in the description box. 9.1%, 7.0 on the E scale. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay, Salty. Last comment from Gunwild1. The shirt you are wearing is from me, and you will be receiving another package on Monday. Well, the hell. Okay, Gunwild, thank you. You know, I appreciate the stuff. I also appreciate when I'm able to reciprocate, and right now that is not an option, so, you know, unless you've won the lottery, I don't need to receive anything. It is, I mean, don't get me wrong, it is very appreciated, and the shirts are, I mean, okay, I'll tell you one thing, Gunwild. Every single time I think I'm guessing who the hell the shirt sender is, it's quite obvious that there is multiple shirt senders. And then it makes me think when it comes to stuff like this. Did one of you, after hearing me say I really like this, that you sent me another one? Or did a few of you find something and each of you sent something? Because that has actually happened, as weird as that sounds. I'm serious though. If you can handle a fairly decent amount of heat, in other words, if you eat a green pepper and go, whoo, whoo, yeah, this isn't for you. But this is something that I can pour it all over a pork rind and enjoy it. The 357, that one is just a little bit outside of happiness, but it had a really good flavor. That just instantly reminded me of my batch of chili. So that is definitely where that is going to go. Bring the chili, the heat level on the chili up. And Gunwild has the last comment. So did the picture ever send to the Real Cobra Burnout? Ooh, it says it has. Scary. Okay. God, this really seemed like it had so much going for it. It's just, it really fell flat, like no pun intended, in the actual drinking it part. Hellboy, and it's not the brewery. Hellboy maple syrup pancakes beer. Succumb to the pancakes. Maple syrup infuses everything part of this tempting breakfast beer. Give it a try. It might change your life. No, I'm disappointed in it. Thank you, David Brown. I know I picked it out. Oh, sorry, Miss Sharky. I picked it out, and David was kind enough to purchase it for me. And again, it's always awesome to try shit. Thanks to Matt, Mount Royal Liquors, not quite as good as Beaver Liquors, but Mount Royal Liquors has a whole bunch of shit. They had more Clown Shoes beers than I think Keyport ever had. And me and Matt we're gonna get a couple to review. And he's like, "Hey, this really sounds good. It's a stout, and it's like 13%." And I go, he's like, "I'll buy the 4-pack, and that gives us 2 each when we do a review." And I'm like, hey, I'm all for that. Reaches up to the shelf. It's not a 4-pack, it's singles, and they had them side by side where all the rest were in a straight row, so it looked like it was a 4-pack at $13.99 a can. I think they were cans. They're the big cans. I mean, I really like big cans. This was awesome to try. Don't get me wrong. Would I get it again? No. I mean, right now, it smells like I just ate fucking pancakes. I mean, if this would have been a little bit sweeter, this would have been a go. But I'm gonna give it a 6, and it's just bottle. Paperwork, or the paper, the wrapper, the logo, the whatever you want to fucking call it. That's cool. Now we move on to the 200 Ale Club. Ed, love you, my friend, and I miss you every single day. Let's see, right off the bat, I'm guessing that J-Dog and the Real Cool Burnout are here. First in is Jolson. The 200 Ale Club needs more more cowbell. Okay, where's the kinder, gentler cowbell? I actually like the one that seems like it's, and I don't know. Tardisius hasn't chimed in to tell me if this one. Tardisius, I need a ruling. Does this count as cowbell? Now, see, for me, it just seems more peaceful. Honestly, it does. I mean, it's not quite as... I don't think that worked, because I just imagined somebody, you know who, from the other day, and I watched, you know, his head explode like in the movie Scanners. But it was peaceful. I went to my safe place. Okay. Jolson, hey Google. What's the temperature right now?
The current temperature in Duluth is 61.
What's the weather going to be like tomorrow?
In Duluth tomorrow, it'll be cloudy with a high of 58 and a low of 40.
Hey, what about on Saturday?
In Duluth Saturday, it'll be mostly sunny with a high of 57 and a low of 45.
Oof. Why does it hurt when I pee?
According to Mayo Clinic, discomfort when urinating can have causes that aren't due to underlying disease. Examples include holding in urine for too long.
That's why I wear a diaper. Jolson wanted me to play I'm Never Going to Give You Up on the living room speaker, but I can tell she's on the phone right now, and some things, Jolson, just aren't all that funny. J-Dog, Heart Club, Real Cool Burnout, cheers 200 Ale Club, Cobra, I don't know if I've ever said this, but I want to go on the official record of all of the people that I have been friends with for all of these years. First of all, you know goddamn well I consider you part of my family. Yes. You, see, that's why you are more part of my family than most. Because sometimes shit happens and we get fucking pissed off at each other, but the fact that we're family brings us back so that you can take one more whack. if we don't get the opportunity, and I'm telling you, we need to do like the fucking whole goddamn thing of it. First, we spend a day cuddling, and then probably shooting. We'll have David Brown chauffeur us around. And then a night where, we, because David doesn't need to be part of this, we need to do like a Lyft, because I like Lyft a lot more than Uber, except for when the rapper picks us up, and obviously she found her driver's license. A night of doing up the craft beers and shots, and then maybe a day to relax, and then back to shooting. David can bring us up to the range, and I'll do it all over again. If that doesn't fucking happen, I am going to be very disappointed. For a few of you guys, Cobra definitely in the not even top 10, probably like fucking top 5 on the bucket list of people that I call family that I've met in this weird forum. Oh my God, you're gonna... That is Travis. That is Travis Eller, DJ Alkaline One. Oh my God, we need to talk him down. He is gonna go spend time in Duluth, wherever the fuck that is, with people that he met on the internet. Oh, we gotta stop that from happening. Smile Money, nice to hear about your day of shooting. Anticipating the video. Cheers, 200 Ale Club. I know, for the sake of Jaden, now I'm fucked. And Sunday, I am gonna make sure that video is up either Saturday night as soon as Christine's show is over, which I'm gonna shoot for. I'm just going to probably put a little montage. It's like, David didn't want to shoot anything that was cool. All he wanted to shoot is his goddamn 9mm carbine, Ruger carbine, that he didn't even know that Bunky had bought for him. David, just move out of the way for a second. Bunky, you are possibly... Now, I mean no disrespect when I say the second most incredible woman that I know. I mean, one has to put up with me, and you're able to leave, but you put up with David, so maybe I might have to move you to first place, now that I think about it, because I'm not as much of an asshole as David is. Yeah, I switched that around. Bunky, you are the most incredible woman that I know. She fucking buys him like guns and shit, then fucking hides him in the safe, and he's like, "Oh, are you gonna go shoot this? What is that? Oh, look, it's a 9mm Ruger carbine. Thank you, sweetheart." Psh, David. Real cool burnout whiskey. I am gonna have to take a pass on. You already. Yeah. See, that's a delayed whiskey of the one I already did for you. Joey, here. Hey Joey, did you like the Tac Pack video? Joey, working on a Halloween props while getting in on the Two-Hearted Ale Club. Real cool burnout. Hi, Stalker Steve. Yeah, he's a no-show. Aunt Keck, damn it, I just woke up from a whittle nap. Hope I made it to the Two-Hearted Ale Club. Well, there you go. There's your consent letter. Matt Davis, is it Two-Hearted Ale Club? Yes, sir, it is, Matt. What are you drinking? Okay, I'm hitting the Stalker Steve button. Wow. Holy shit, I don't know if I'm glad I did that or I'm not glad I did that. Aunt Keck, hey Joey, are you very low on comments? We are very... No, you're not. There's no... We, it's me, motherfucker, and we're not low on comments, so you don't need to add a few. Steven, take a shot of pork rinds for me. I'll make some when I get upstairs. Gunwild, cheers to our Ale Club. Gunwild, I'm glad to see you made it. Rooko Burnout. Okay, just in case you didn't hit the Stalker Steve button until now. Hello, Stalker Steve. Bring me candy next time you visit. Rooko Burnout. P.S. This better be an hour-plus vid. Otherwise, keep talking until it is, please. Laugh out loud. I don't know if that's sarcasm or what, but yeah, Cobra, you're good at an hour and 5 minutes. I'm hitting the Stalker Steve button just one more time. I'm hitting the Stalker Steve button just one more time. Can't say I didn't try. Good, well, I'm glad you made it this time. What are you doing? Oh, that's because you're eavesdropping on my conversation with yourself. Okay. Cheers, guys. Thank you, everyone, and family. Cheers.